And welcome inside Wayne State Fieldhouse, where tonight it's time for G League basketball. The Motor City Cruise to take on College Park Skyhawks tonight. Evan Stockton alongside Chad Bush. Glad you're with us. An opportunity for these two teams to showcase where they really excel on both sides of the basketball. Motor City's been very good offensively.
Yeah, this is the classic case of unstoppable force against a movable object. You got the Cruise, which is the best shooting team in the G League from three-point land so far this year, against a College Park team by their own admission, by the Cruise's coaching staff's admission. These guys are darn near to impossible play. They're the best defensive team in the league. Going to be a great matchup on both ends.
They will be challenged. And then on offense, College Park's got a guy that a lot of people around here know very well. Made a big splash with a team called the Wolverines that are all the rage these days.
Yeah, seriously, have we talked about Michigan enough yet this week? Sorry, Spartans, we're going to have to talk them out again because Kobe Buffkin is back with the College Park Skyhawks starting tonight. You know, it's been kind of weird to follow Kobe since he was picked in the first round by the Hawks a few months ago. He's been up and down. Clearly, they want Buffkin to get consistent minutes, and when he's been down here at the G League level, he's been remarkably effective. For a College Park team, they play great D, but their offense has struggled, so he will be sorely utilized out on that floor tonight.
That offense for the Motor City Cruise is captained by Mr. Simpson, Captain Hook. What a game. His last time out, he led the way for the Cruise, and he's done it most this year.
You know, we've talked a lot on our broadcast this year about the changing pieces for the Motor City Cruise, right? Jonte Porter has left. Now he's doing great things with Toronto. David Nwaba is now playing overseas. Why are they still winning games? It's this dude, Xavier Simpson, who gave you nearly a triple-double on Tuesday night, and then on Thursday, he drops 32. Xavier does a little bit of everything for his team. What's that great glue called? The Gorilla Glue? He's the Gorilla Glue for the Motor City Cruise. It's a lot of fun to watch Xavier Simpson, and hopefully he's got a few more tricks in his bag for us tonight.
He can share the sugar as well. He finished the showcase season 5th in assists. So good to have a guy that can do multiple things. Evan and I will break this game down further. Kara Lyles is standing by. We'll talk to Kara shortly. It's the Cruise and the Skyhawks from the Motor City on a wintry weekend night. Thanks for watching. This is Cruise Basketball.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Welcome back to Wayne State Fieldhouse as we get set for the Skyhawks and the Cruise. Jamel McMillan, head coach, joins us now. Your team has done well all season responding from losses. Tonight, an opportunity to get right back at it. How has it been responding in practice as of the last couple days?
Yeah, it's been a treat to be with these guys and how they respond to pretty much everything that we've dealt with this season, from injuries to losses, individual performances, all that kind of stuff. And so that's one thing I do trust with this group, and they trust within each other. So that's a positive going into tonight. We're going to need it. This is a pretty good group we're going against.
Yeah, you're going against a real defensive-minded team, the Atlanta Hawks affiliate, the Skyhawks. How does your team maybe approach this game differently offensively against a team that's very aggressive as this club is?
We got to share the ball, share the basketball in tight situations. We can't play in traffic today. This team protects the paint better than anybody in the league. You know, they're number one in defense for a reason. Their activity and urgency is second to none. And so we've really got to be tight with the ball. Can't turn the ball over. Playing in traffic will get us in trouble, but we've got to make sure that when we get to our spots, understanding the next option that might be a little more open than the one we're taking. And so we lived in the mid-range. We lived in what I call college shots last game. And, you know, we can take and make those shots. We've proven that all year, but we've got to make sure we get to the second and third opportunities tonight.
You talk about the mid-range and maybe wanting something other than that, and why not? You're number one in the league in three-point shooting. Yeah. Is that part of the reason you want to get more threes up, is because you guys have been so efficient this year leading the G League?
Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I'm not going to gun up threes just for the sake of it. I'm more about the right opportunity, the right look. And, you can't live in that. We got to put pressure on the rim, try to get to the free throw line with all the shooters that we have and be aggressive that way so that it opens up those opportunities. And we got to understand our spacing. We've got to give each other room to operate, And so if we're able to do that, we'll find those opportunities, trusting our guys to make the right play. Xavier's done a great job, especially in the regular season, doing that. Tosan is another guy that's been awesome for us, playmaking and everything, finding guys on the weak side. So they understand that. We've put in a few different things to get us moving back and forth and all that stuff to try and shift the defense and get these guys some open looks.
Stanley Amude has been coming off the bench for you, and he's been efficient, 22 points a game. How has he accepted that role, and what are you looking for out of Stanley down the stretch in the second half?
Yeah, Stan's he's been solid all season long. That's why the Pistons have really held on to him a little bit, and he's been back and forth, and so he just doesn't try to do too much. Knows his lane, stays in his lane, and he's very, very good at that. And so I'm really excited about him, coming off the bench. He's been on minute restriction, and so rotation-wise, trying to work with that and work him back from his foot injury and everything. And he's a force. So when he's on, we're a really good basketball team.
Last question. You're getting used to Detroiters and Michiganders, and
for sure,
slowly but surely. What's something that stands out when you see somebody from Detroit or Michigan that, like, it's a little different about them here? This isn't where I've been before. It's unique, interesting. Anything?
Everybody minds their own business here, which is really refreshing for me. Okay. They leave you alone here and just do what they're going to do and move on. And I do know that if they're behind you, they're wild. They're wild people. Lions fans right now. Shout out to all the Lions fans this weekend. Go Lions. Oh, yeah. Only because the Seahawks aren't in it, but we'll move on. Really appreciate them and their spirit, man. They're really looking for something to hold on to, and hard-working, great people. And so I've had a good time here. Everybody's treated me well. The city has been awesome. It's easy to get around and everything. So really value my time here in Detroit as a rented Detroitan, I guess.
You're the kind of guy we like too.
I appreciate that.
There he is, Jamel McMillan, first-year head coach for the Crews, joining us as we get set for the Skyhawks and the Crews coming up. Analysis coming right after these. This is Crews basketball.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
And welcome to the Motor City, where the Crews will entertain the Skyhawks tonight in front of a winter crowd in Midtown Detroit. My name is Chad Bush, alongside Evan Stockton, Kara Lyles, your sideline analyst tonight. Evan, these two teams, 4 wins on the year. Both teams, they're trying to get better tonight against each other. What can we expect to look for?
We were just talking about this a few minutes ago, right? You got the Crews who have shot it so darn well from 3 so far in the regular season portion, best in the league, against one of the best defensive teams in the league. Here's a guy I want you to keep your eye on tonight. Joyner, number 1 for College Park, who played for 3 different college teams, which is kind of normal nowadays. He's a guy who has struggled shooting the 3, but he's got the ability to shoot it better. I'm expecting big things from him tonight for a College Park offense that, frankly, needs a little bit of a jolt sometimes, Kevin.
Yeah, their defense is what they hang their hat on. They'll need some points tonight to keep up with a top 3-point shooting team in the league. But Roden can't prove that point early on.
Chad, what are your thoughts on the gray jerseys for the College Park Skyhawks?
I'm a big gray jersey fan. I like them, and I like the way they've got that gold off that red. I can tell you don't. Alley-oop throw-in is good, and the short-handed Skyhawks come out with a quick tap-in. That's the athleticism of number 7.
Just to finish the point, I think gray jerseys wish they could be white jerseys. I mean, seriously, it's just not a good look. I know the Lions are undefeated in those gray jerseys, but it's just not a good look. I digress.
Oh, boy. That was Rob Baker, by the way. For whatever reason, I couldn't read that jersey. I just promoted so strongly.
I mean, heck, look, you can see who the heck it is out there with the red numbers.
Kazalon going up, doing his best skywalking. And he draws the foul. That's not something we've seen out of the freshman in his first year after playing professionally in Serbia. But he gets the line, Evan.
You know, I was never able to do this as a human being, so I often wonder what Malcolm Kazalon is thinking as he flies through the air with the greatest of ease. And what is the defender thinking? We know what he's thinking. I'm not getting on a poster. I am not going on someone's Instagram reel tonight. Everybody did well on both ends.
He avoided it. Kazalon line right to try to tie it up. 1 free throw equals 2 points in the G League. Of course, if you try a 3, you get fouled. You get 1 basket and 1 free throw for 3 points. We're tied up. It's a short-handed Skyhawk team. And you know what? Number 4 doesn't care. And that's number 4, and that's not on the roster.
That would be Kobe Buffkin.
Kobe Buffkin.
Yeah.
He should be on that roster.
I admire him flexing after a basket to make it 4-2. He's ready for the jump. How about that?
Kobe playing in just his 3rd game since getting recalled. Off the mark, miss, no good. Nate Knight with a rebound. Skyhawks by 4. Tosana Woma blows the bunny, and here come the Skyhawks and Kobe Buffkin, the Michigan grad.
Good to see the Crews get it inside, though. Remember, Chris Silva not playing tonight for College Park. And that right there, Chad, is what the Skyhawks want to do all night, get Buffkin some clean looks.
He's the 5th best scorer in the G League, Kobe Buffkin out of Michigan. And we're going to get a swipe and slam the other way. That's Rob Baker out of Harvard. And it's 8-2 Hawks early, 9:40 left in the first.
It's the classiest layup I've ever seen in the G League. You know, no muss, no fuss. Just lay it in. Barry Sanders will be proud.
Straight Harvard. That's Jared Roden, who was questionable at the tip, and he decided to play, and it was a good decision.
Yeah, Jared kind of got nicked up in that ball game the other night against Osceola. He's all right. Coach McMillan was expecting a better effort. Good start for Jared there.
So, that's David Singleton. Kick out 3, Buffkin, that southpaw lefty. Get out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Only played 5 games his senior year at Grand Rapids Christian High School. But he was the best player in the state of Michigan his senior year, despite not being able to finish it off. Dead spot left, triple, and that's Baker. And that's a stretch 5 for you. Number 7 has 7.
Yeah, a guy who's well-traveled. Baker began this season playing pro ball in Japan. Now closer to home. Heck of a start for him.
Tosana Woma from across the pond as well with a slam. Can you imagine being 6'11", playing in Japan or living in Japan? I mean, you're a giant in Japan. I'm a giant in Japan. I mean, it's an adjustment.
Amen. I agree.
Kazalon again, and Baker says no soup. Back the other way, Jarkel Joyner. Fader, Glasser, that was not right from Norris.
Did you try to quote Seinfeld there?
Kinda. I know you like him.
Yada, yada, yada.
Corner, Casalon, splash city. The kick and cut it up from the corner. And the dunks weren't working. He steps outside and does something from distance.
Okay, so last game the Crews fall down to Osceola. They get up on Osceola 11-2, and then they give up the lead and never get it back. Different start to tonight.
That's right. Baker with a different result from that same spot on the court. Kick out, second chance, Singleton, no.
Coach McMillan told us before the game, Chad, look, College Park is going to work inside to outside. It's an old school offense, right? The thing is, they don't shoot it particularly great from three, 29% on the season. To be blunt, that's really bad at the professional level. Coach McMillan understood the challenge for College Park tonight, and he also freely admitted, look, they're missing their best player. Chris Silva, who's not playing tonight because he hurt his groin, last game he had 30 points and 20 rebounds, a stat line that only one other dude in the history of College Park has ever had. So I'll be curious to see how their bench holds up tonight, Chad, because they are not deep.
30 and 20, no big deal. Yeah, 30 and 20 is a big day, and a big miss is Silva. He joined 7 others. Here's another look at the drive from Simpson.
I mean, that's kind of similar to what we were talking about when we highlighted Xavier at the Open. He's the gorilla glue for this team. He just does a little bit of everything out on the floor. Classic example of someone listed at a height that he probably isn't actually. He's 6 feet. I doubt if we took, if we actually measured, Xavier would actually be 6 feet. But his ability to get inside and create opportunities for himself, Chad, really is fun to watch night after night.
Yeah, and it's a fine line. The Crews want him to score when they need him to score, but they really need him to be a ball distributor. But it's good to have a guy that can do both when you need it. Free throws are missed. Skyhawks by 2, 7 minutes left. Bufkin, the story in the return. 3 balls short. 8 guys out tonight for the Skyhawks. That's a lot. You mentioned Silva. He's one of several. Trent Forrest, who's been in the NBA, also out. Seth Lundy out. Emmett Matthews out. Etienne is out. The list continues. Mikkel McIntosh. Off the glass, good. That is a Loma. And we're tied at 11, Make-A-Wish.
I mean, that is why Tosan Awoma is such an enticing prospect to watch for the Crews. Athletic, the ability to get inside like that. Great stuff.
Yes, sir. Knocked away by Roden. Gets the return pass from Awoma. And he finishes, and the Crews have their first lead of the night by 2.
As a certain broadcaster in this town would say, don't look now, but a 9-0 run for the Crews.
Yes.
Hi, George.
Hello, hello. Gotta love George. Shot is short. That's Miles Norris out of UC Santa Barbara. 6'10", one of the 8 eligible tonight. Nate Knight took a few steps, didn't matter, missed it. Good wall up there by Norris.
Excellent wall up. Freshman from UC Santa Barbara was not intimidated. And speaking of not being intimidated, that's a heck of a drive to the rim, Chad.
It's Jarkel Joyner out of NC State, the rookie with a nasty move, and it knots this thing up. Roden, hand issue before the game. Just 2 of 11 from the floor the other night, looking to bounce back. Simpson back to Nate, to Casalon at the buzzer, and that's long.
Quick moving quarter, by the way. We're 7 minutes in, no whistle yet. Haven't hit the first media. I love it. Let's keep her moving.
Boot, scoot, boogie.
Man, Brooks and Dunn, how about that?
Very good. Kobe misses it. You're not old enough to know that. Casalon will try it again. Bridget's got good taste.
Yes, she does. Amen.
Timeout on the floor, 4:43 to go. It's a battle of a couple Eastern Division teams with 4 wins. Come on back to this Saturday night in Detroit. Right after this, you're watching Crews basketball.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
Well, the Crews up against it, against one of the best. The College Park Skyhawks are tied amongst 5 teams for first place. I know it's a early season, they're 4-2, but this is one of the better teams, and it proves that defense wins. Despite being ranked low in offense, this franchise has gotten off to a start that's formidable in the regular season.
Yeah, I mean, look, College Park is proving with the way that they play defense that you can overcome things like, frankly, without Kobe Buffkin for a large chunk, not having a true score. You're missing your best big in Silva tonight. But time and again, this team plays tight games, and it's shaping that way early on tonight for sure.
It is drive by McGowan's, and they're going to say a lane violation. Into the game is Trey McGowan's out of Nebraska. He got to Nebraska by way of
Pittsburgh, former Panther, yeah.
You called him, didn't you?
Yeah, back in college when I went to the Harvard of Central New York, Syracuse, yes.
Stanley Amude's in the game, and it doesn't take him long to make his splash city. The Crews by 3, 4:10 to go.
Seriously, Stanley has barely missed all week. He's now 10 of 15 from 3 this week.
So solid. The quick answer, no. Stanley feeling it. Here come the Crews trying to play team basketball. Jace Johnson is in there. Stanley will try it again. No, Johnson will try to get another attempt, and Roden will finish the assignment. Counted in a foul.
Okay, so as we watch back this replay, here's what I want you to think about. A lot of people would probably go, that's not a good shot for Stanley Amude. It is, though, because it opens up the offense to, you got the potential for a rebound, which the Crews got, Roden slashing right to the rim. That right there is a shining example of how this sport has evolved. Amude's taking 27-foot threes, but that's a good shot, and it leads to the Crews getting a bucket and their largest lead of the night.
Yeah, and it's been a good shot for him. He's 55% from downtown this year, their best three-point shooter in the regular season. He's shown the ability to do that. Jamel McMillan saying before the game, look, it's okay. This guy plays within himself. And humility as well. He's coming off the bench tonight again. Back-to-back rebounds for Amude. Crews with their largest lead of 5.
And that is something that Coach McMillan has praised the entire roster for, how unselfish they've been. They truly can toggle through multiple guys on every night to shine.
Yeah.
See what they draw up here, though. Shot clock running down.
Casalon happy to take that last shot. He won't. Roden for 3. No good. And the Crews a bit off track from downtown. Wide open 3. McGowan's got it. That's Trey McGowan's. And that's cut the lead to 2.
Coach McMillan won't like that. Just completely lost Trey in transition. And now a turnover on the other end. Even more frustration. Yeah,
that's by Higgs. And ahead and fouled going up. That's Brandon Randolph out of Arizona in his 3rd year, who's still down. And this team can't afford to lose anybody. Here's another look.
That's the type of foul that'll make basketball fans in Detroit smile. Somewhere Rick Mahorn, somewhere Ben Wallace goes, absolutely. You try to go up and do something in the air. No, sir. Earn it at the line.
No-fly zone.
Amen.
Stick around. We'll take a timeout. We're coming back in this tight game. These Eastern Division rivals right after this. This is Cruise Basketball.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, it's game time. We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
Hey, check out the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire.
Hit me.
The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles. Ooh. Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks. I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After basketball.
Well, amongst the point leaders, there you see it. Kobe Buffkin tied for third. You see Miller leading the way for the Clippers, and Amani Bates, another local flavor, and a guy we just saw, Mac McClung, on that list as well.
Yeah, some talented guys. Lofton as well for the Delaware Bluecoats has become a bit of a folk hero for how well he has played at the G League level. But so here's what we see. Yeah, but here's what we see amongst that list, and that includes Kobe Buffkin. At 6'5", 195, they're hoping to put some poundage on him. But you got to have a diversified game to score at the professional level. And when we see all those top scorers, just saw it with McClung this week, the ability to diversify your game, very important offensively.
It is. The guy you think they want to bulk up to get amongst those trees, get a little more physical. That shot short. Chandre Jones, who's checked in, and this guy, Mr. Boeheim. We will hear at halftime from Mr. Boeheim in his interview with Evan Stockton.
Heck yeah.
Bounce down to Jace Johnson, lay in, no. Couldn't finish. A couple times the Crews have done that.
Yeah, that's that defense for College Park. They're just annoying. Made it tough for Johnson down there.
That one's knocked away. That's annoying as well. And Boeheim in the middle of it. Threw it away nearly. Johnson down the avenue, takes it himself and scores it. The Crews are +4 with 80 seconds left.
We're never going to lie to you on this broadcast, and we won't hear. That was a lucky play. Good effort play by Kobe Buffkin to keep it alive, but unfortunately, he throws it right to Jace Johnson. He's not complaining, though.
Yeah, it's not going to happen often. That is a usage of the body that's effective. And the floater up and good.
Usage of the body that's effective. I like that one.
Thank you.
I'm going to borrow it sometime, but I'll give you credit. Don't worry.
Brandon Randolph was the guy who did it. Floater, 8-footer. Knocked around. Roden above Randolph. Back to Amude. Splash City. Crews +5 with 40 to go.
And I'm sure that coaching staff for the Skyhawks is thinking right now, of all the people to forget about, maybe the best three-point shooter in the G League? Really, guys? You lost Amude?
It's his second already. Buffkin's grown a little bit cold after that hot 4-point start. He's 2 of 7 right now, 0 of 3 from downtown. Here's their largest lead right now, matching it with 5. 6-second differential. Roden, the hot hand right now, finds Amude wide open. Jace Johnson could get the putback to go. Floater at the buzzer, Glasser no from Randolph, and that's how it ends. Action-packed. Your thoughts of the first quarter?
Well, my thoughts are, one, bench unit for the Crews doing a pretty good job here, but my other thoughts are, I don't think College Park is going anywhere because that defense is just annoying. On that final sequence right before the half, watch it here. Amude hits the three, but Johnson was bottled up down low, and it's going to be tough for the Crews all night.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today, and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Everyone looking for a bandwagon. Every statistician always in the weeds.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Every streetwear king who's here for the drip. Every Nuggets fan still reigning like a champ. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
All right, it's game time.
We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
Hey, check out the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire. The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles. Ooh. Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks. I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After basketball.
Crews lead by 5 as we enter the second quarter. Before we enter the quarter, let's go down to Kara Lyles. Kara?
Yeah, well, you guys mentioned it in the open. We do have some Michigan ties visiting from College Park tonight. Kobe Buffkin was drafted 15th overall in the 2023 NBA draft to the Atlanta Hawks from the Michigan Wolverines. During his time in Ann Arbor, he helped lead the Wolverines to a 2022 NCAA Sweet 16 run, was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year during his freshman year, and even in high school. He went to high school. Grand Rapids Christian, was one of the most sought-after kids in his class. And I would say it was a warm welcome here, coming back to his home state, but it's literally freezing out, but a happy welcome back for him nonetheless, guys.
Thanks, Kara. That's awesome. Yeah.
How long did it take you to shovel all the snow today?
Oh, man, at least a couple hours.
Got in a heck of a workout this morning.
Yeah, Kobe Buffkin, a guy, though, that does get a warm welcome for the true Wolverines. Oh, what a month for the Wolverines.
Yeah, can we put a quota? I mean, seriously, like, we're not talking about them enough. I'm kidding. I believe they're celebrating the national championship in Ann Arbor tonight.
They are. Buffkin with 4. Amude from the mid-range leans into one, and the Crews are enjoying their largest lead of 7.
And this is where it gets tricky for College Park because they're just looking for scoring. They do have Buffkin out on the floor, Chad, but without Buffkin, it gets tough offensively scoring sometimes. They don't want to fall down by much more than this.
That's right. Backing in. This is Norris, and his little fader from that short corner. That hook is good. It's a nice-looking shot from Mr. Norris. Lost it. Kick ball. Ooh, and that's going to stay the way of the Crews. Lead it by 5.
Baker frustrated. He thinks that was incidental contact, but it doesn't really matter your intention or not. If you kick that ball, it's going back to the other team. How about the environment in here tonight, by the way? Kids' night?
It's kids' night. Who says you have to have a kids' day? We think of a kids coming and a kids event during the day. No. Kids can hang out at night, too.
Yeah, it's a weekend. No worries about bedtime.
Great crowd on hand. And, yeah, the promotions folks doing a great job here. Buffkin calls for that screen from Baker, picked off. Xavier, throw ahead to Stanley, to the rack, and draws the foul. That's on Norris, and that'll get Amude back on that stripe where he's been so good this season.
All started here by one Wolverine picking off another. Buffkin tries to get cute. Xavier uses every inch he's got to get in the air. Great look ahead to Amude, and all Norris could do there to make Stanley earn it at the stripe.
We talk about all the different ways that Simpson is effective for this team. The scoring last night a career high, the assists, 8 a game, but he can also, he's got that great feel for the game. He can swipe that ball too.
Mm-hmm.
Amude free throw good. Yes, sir. Former product of the Arkansas Razorbacks. And the South Dakota Jackrabbits. Can't leave them out of it. Buffkin, that southpaw alley-oop to Baker, couldn't finish it. And Toussaint will head the other way. One Ivy Leaguer from another. Stanley for 3.
I mean, that right there could have been a massive sequence. College Park nearly has one of the dunks of the year. Amude, a clean look on the other end. College Park caught a break.
Jarkel Joyner caught a bad break there, in and out. Toussaint Awoma the other way. The rookie out of Princeton. Corner buddy 3 long. Toussaint's got his back. Nate Knight's got the finish. And the hang and bang as Baker hits the deck. Crews with their largest lead at 9. We got a timeout on the floor. How about it?
Yeah.
Crews on a run, partner.
Yeah, largest lead of the night, and Nathan Knight puts the poor defender on a poster. Buffkin and Baker doing their best, but Knight had other ideas.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
That's the huddle of the Motor City Cruise, franchise that's 13-9 if you add up the early season, the showcase season they call it, in this regular season. That's Jamel McMillan in his first season, and his staff. We'll talk to David Noel. Carol Lyles will at halftime. He kept the staff around. Smart move, right?
Absolutely, 100%. Every time I hear Jamel McMillan talk, I think I can't get any more impressed with the man. But seriously, he's got his head on his shoulders, obviously groomed for this with all his dad's time in the NBA. But he just has the right idea about this. He knows specifically at this level it's about development and doing the little things right. And he says it every time we talk to him before ball games. I'm teaching these guys how to be professionals. And everyone thinks the world of pro sports is glamorous. It is. You make money, people pay attention, you're traveling, but also it is a grind. And that's what he wants his guys to focus on every day. The little details that help you survive that grind each and every time you're out there.
Yeah, that's right. He's also a big camaraderie guy and making sure his guys are connected. And, yeah, he seems to have the right temperament. And, yeah, it's impressive to talk to him. Said he's a big fan of the Seattle Seahawks and is a big football fan. The Legion of Boom.
Yes, back in the day, that's right. Changing times in Seattle. Pete Carroll not there anymore.
He was
Very
saddened
strange.
by that.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's going to be coaching someone else at this time next year.
Right. Kobe leans into one. That's point number 8 for the Grand Rapids, Michigan product. And the guy who's bagging $20 million over the next 4 years. 3 ball from Stanley, Splash City. His 3rd of the game, and the Crews are +8 with 8.5 to go.
It's a shame on that play Buddy Boeheim won't get anything in the stat sheet because he created that play with the drive and kick. He gets the hockey assist, set that all up. That's the growth in his game, the ability to drive inside.
That's Brandon Randolph out of Yonkers, New York, with that bucket. Buddy doing the little things as well. Simpson to Buddy for 3, in and out. And Knight was held by Baker, and he got busted for it. Jace Johnson will check in, along with Jared Roden and Malcolm Casalon, Boeheim, Amude, and another sit, Nate Knight.
We talked a lot this year about the rotating pieces for the Crews. Porter, with all that success early on, now he's in the Raptors organization doing darn well, by the way. Nawaba playing internationally in London now. But they've had an ability to cycle new guys in without missing a beat, and it's fun to watch Nathan Knight. He's not taking a seat on the bench.
Really is. I saw Porter led the Toronto Raptors in assists last night. Casalon for 3. Not bad for a 6'11" backup big man.
Yeah. Of course, Jonte's got the bloodlines. His brother Michael, so much success with the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, yeah. Kobe. 17-footer fader. He's feeling it. He's in double digits with 10. And the Skyhawks within 7 with 7.5 to go. Simpson coming off a career high a couple nights ago with a hook. Yeah, there he is. That's what he does. Captain Hook with a hook.
I don't know if there's a human being alive who gets that shot better off than Xavier Simpson. And he's not a big guy doing it, too.
No, knows how to use his body. Believe it or not, that's just his first points of the game. He's going to change that quickly with another hookish shot and another. But he's 0 for 2 on that set, oddly enough.
2 darn good cracks at it, Chad, no doubt about it.
Yeah, here comes Jarkel Joyner. Dish right side, jumper fresh. It's a nice looking J for Miles Norris out of San Diego, California. And the Skyhawks are back within 7.
Just hanging around, right? This is a curious spot in the ball game for them. They just can't fall behind by too many. Their defense will keep them in it, but their offense lags behind at times.
Yeah. Roden steps into one. That 3-ball has not been as friendly as it's been most of the year for the Crews. 3 of 15 by my account. On pace for their worst of the year. We didn't jinx it. We don't believe in that.
Speak for yourself.
Short corner right, that's a strip job. That's Xavier Simpson on the steal. Xavier patiently sets it up. It is a tight, sticky defense, as Evan has said all night. And Tosan finds some room in that little slip, and he scores, and the Brit has 6 points.
Heck, even that lay-in was kind of tough for Tosan with a late contest. You're absolutely right, Chad. This defense for College Park has been annoying all day. Credit to the Crews for extending this lead as much as they have.
Yeah. Not a lot of second chances either way, really, in this game. Really hurt the Crews back the other night. Jace Johnson finishes off a nice feed from Xavier. Biggest lead of the night, 11 for the Crews, 5:11 to go. Buffkin, 2 years at Michigan. Jump shot, and the jump shooter was fouled from 18 feet out. And Jamel McMillan would rather just walk the other way.
I mean, you could see the frustration here by Jace Johnson immediately as he fouled Norris. He knew what he did. It looks like a kid whose hand got caught in the cookie jar. Yep, smacked him right on that arm. That's pretty darn clear, and you can see his reaction on the backside of your screen. Oh, brother. Was that Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh who would always go, oh, brother? I think so. Admittedly, it's been a few years since I watched Winnie the Pooh.
I'm coming up on the Winnie Pooh era.
Oh, yeah, with the kids?
I think so. They're getting into it. They're in other things now, but I think that's maybe a next year thing. Free throw's good. Simpson with a finger roll that almost hit the rafters. Crews back up 11. Captain Hook starting to catch fire. He's got 6 in this quarter.
When you're that height, you got to figure out ways to score against the trees. And Xavier Simpson has figured it out about as good as anyone at this level.
Man. Kobe Buffkin with that sweet-looking J from 16. He's got a dozen.
And you would say that's a pretty darn fresh jumper all night.
I think so. So is that. One southpaw does one end, the other does the opposite. Hazelon with his second triple of the night.
It's a huge stretch here until the next media for College Park. They got to get this thing back to single digits. Just cannot afford to have the offense go stagnant like this.
Cruz being pesky defensively. And McGowan answers with his second triple of the night. He's got 6. McGowan's D'ing up Simpson. Johnson with a screen, and he rolls, and so does the Thunder with a dunk. Cruz by 11.
That was all set up by the prior 2 possessions for Simpson.
Yeah.
Driving inside it, a couple little short shots, so the defense collapses on him, and that leads to a drop-off for an easy dunk.
Very witty. This kid's crafty. Great awareness. Tosan with a tough luck miss after $1 million move.
Tough luck miss after $1 million move. You are in your bag tonight. Seriously.
I'm not even out. The hand's not even all the way in.
Yeah. You haven't even found all the fries at the bottom yet, man. You're just getting the ones up top. I love it.
Aren't those the best? Except for when, like, the dip isn't down
right
there. Like that back end of a dip that you're almost done with. Jace Johnson just ran over McGowan's, and McGowan's took it, and he is going to have to take that foul. Man.
He's got to be getting up thinking, you're kidding me. I mean, I just had a 7-foot dude run into me, and I'm the one who gets the foul? What a tough sport.
We're not in Lincoln anymore. Coming back to Detroit. Thanks for watching. This is Cruz basketball, where the Cruz are up 11. Back after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Hey, it's game time.
We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
Hey, check out the Heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire. The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles. Ooh. Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks. I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually. After.
Welcome back. He's Evan Stockton. My name is Chad Bush. Kara Lyles, your sideline analyst. She'll have assistant coach David Noel coming up. Evan, 2:53 to go until the break. Cruz dominating right now. They pulled away up 11. How have they been able to do so?
Well, it's the diversified offensive attack. I mean, you look at the leading scores tonight. Amude with the 13, but Castellan, who's been kind of quiet in the 2 home games this week, he's had 11. Simpson doing what he does, only the 4 points, but filling up the stat sheet. This night so far is a reflection of how balanced a ball club the Cruz have been pretty much the whole year.
That's a good way to put it. Balanced, definitely, despite all the disruptions of this G League life. A lot of it from guys doing well.
Yep.
Nawaba moving on to overseas, and as you mentioned earlier, Jonte Porter doing great things.
But it helps when you're led by a guy like Jamel McMillan, who frankly doesn't buy excuses. He's like, okay, so what? I got to figure this out. He's all about process, detail, not too high, not too low. And that definitely has bled into his ball club, no doubt about it.
And they're making sure they bring in the right guys. And character is number one. You got to bring in a guy that can stay connected. That's been so much of their message. So here come the Skyhawks. Buffkin's been the story. And that is a deep distance, second of the night. And that is Robert Baker out of Harvard. He's now got 10.
Yeah, honestly, College Park, to come back in this game, has just got to find a second scoring option. Baker could be that guy tonight.
Roden's shot is short. Not sure if it was blocked or not. McGowan's on the run. Feeling it. Heat checker, yes. Bobby Baker with a banger from deep. And the Skyhawks are within 5.
I mean, this is a guy who's only on the roster right now because of a hardship exemption. Local guy from Woodstock who is playing great so far in this game.
Man. Roden lost it. That's an offensive foul. McGowan stands in. And the Skyhawks, all 3 of them on the bench over there. You got more players in street clothes than they do on the bench.
I mean, that speaks to the effort level of this ball club all year, right? A team that's barely playing 8 or 9 guys in the rotation. Most pro basketball teams are playing 10 or 11 every single night.
That's right.
You got to, because you play so many games in a short amount of time. But they're just in a lot of games, Chad. 5 of the 8 losses by 6 points or less this year, and it sure looks like we're shaping up for another close ball game tonight.
Yes, sir. They're coming off a close loss to the Blue Coats. 4-point loss. That's an offensive foul, so one offensive foul deserves another. 1:15 to go. This lead has shrunk down to 5. It was once a 12-point lead for the home team.
Watching this again, yep, there it is. Inadvertent elbow. Trey wasn't trying to do that, but he got Xavier up high. Pretty easy call to make.
Baker with his first foul. He leads the team in scoring right now. Roden turns the corner, rises. Heel miss, McGowan's, and the Skyhawks with momentum with a minute to go. McGowan's in nowhere's land. Roden on the run, Kazalon to the hole, and they'll wave that off. Are they going to say it went in? I thought Roden touched it in.
No, he definitely did.
Okay.
So I believe they've got to take this off the board, and it'll be a 2-shot foul.
All right.
As Kazalon's walking gingerly to the free throw line. A lot of moving parts here. All right, let's watch it. So Kazalon goes up on Randolph. He's trying to put people on a poster all night. Yeah, that has to be a lane violation on Roden. There's no way it can be anything else.
Right? Offensive goaltending?
No.
No? He
still a
touched
foul.
it.
He did, but he's going to the line.
Okay.
That's the ruling, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, no, I think he did. I was curious about if they counted the bucket.
Side note as well, I've always felt bad for basketball players going up like that. You know they're thinking in the back of their mind as they tip it in on that offensive goaltending, no, why'd you do that?
Right. Keep an eye on Kazalon, too. He's gimpy out there. Buffkin back to Baker. Blew the bunny. Distracted by the 7-footer JJ. 11-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, and Roden had it ripped out. But they'll retain. Higgs getting sticky with the defense. The College Park Skyhawks, new franchise in 2019. They moved there from Erie. They were the Erie Bayhawks, I believe.
You're right, Chad. I just want to make sure you know that. You're right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Simpson with a hook pass. Amude in the corner. Splash City. Stanley with another. He's got 16 in the final seconds of the first. 7 seconds left, shot clock dark. Backed out. This is Joyner. Back out to Buffkin at the buzzer, and he got it. Falling into his own bench. They'll review it. For now, it's good. And Buffkin's got a 3 in an athletic manner and falling into his own bench.
Man, if that stands, I cannot tell you how important that shot is for Kobe Buffkin. I mean, think about it. On one end, the Crews get a 3-ball to drop that turns it into a 10-point lead, and then Buffkin shot up, and they've counted it. Huge shot for Kobe to end the half, no doubt about it.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Welcome back to halftime. Crews in the lead by 7 at the break. Kara Lyle standing by with assistant coach David Noel. Kara?
All right, Coach, the Skyhawks have played tight, sticky defense all night long, keeping their offense in this one. How do you guys break it open in the second half?
We got to continue to make shots. We did a great job in the first half of making shots, but holding them under 50 points in a half is crucial for our defense as well, and we got to continue to keep that up.
You guys have played very diverse offense tonight. Everybody getting in on the scoring. What do you like from your offense so far tonight?
Love it. Us sharing the ball is what we always need to do. We have a lot of guys on this team that can go get it, and so from that standpoint, we got to copy and paste that in the second half, and hopefully it turns out just the way it is today.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Good luck second half. Chad?
Thank you, Kara Lyles. Appreciate that. David Noel giving us the goods, second-year assistant with the Crews, and we'll pause and come back for some analysis from Evan Stockton. And we will also have Evan's interview with Buddy Boeheim coming up just around the corner. Crews by 7 at the break over the Skyhawks. Back to Midtown Detroit right after this.
Take a look around. Did you really expect it to be different? A city built on big ideas and big dreams. Where bad boys became legends. And going to work means more than just clocking in. Where champions inspired the next generation. Where the soul of the city sounds so different.
Call it hustle.
Or whatever the Detroit you want to call it. Man, we do what we do. Every day, every drive, every shot. We're always working, always Pistons, always Detroit
Back at Wayne State Fieldhouse, where the Crews are in the middle of a 6-game homestand, while the College Park Skyhawks are kicking off a 6-game road trip. Work to do for the road team, and a job to do to finish the thing for the Crews in the second half, leading by 7 at halftime here at Wayne State Fieldhouse. Diversified attack for the Motor City Crews so far tonight. Bunch of guys cycling through, getting the job done. And one of the guys we see consistently off the bench for the Motor City Crews is Buddy Boeheim. And a couple of weeks ago, we had the chance to sit down with the guy who has thick bloodlines in this sport. Let's take a look. All right, welcome back. I'm not going to lie to you. We've been meaning to do this for a while. There's only like 6 of us Syracuse alums in Detroit, and we've got 2 of them right here. Evan Stockton with the guy who's more important, Buddy Boeheim. Buddy, thanks for doing this.
Of course. Good to have some Syracuse people here. I've been lonely, so appreciate you doing it.
It's like me, Buddy, Mike Tirico, and Matt Derry. That's it. There's not and Iffy Melifonwu on the Lions. How about that?
Yeah. Got to support the Cuse football guys, too, so it's good having them here, too.
I promise we're not going to do too much Syracuse stuff here. We're going to do some basketball first. You're 2 as a pro, man. How's it going?
Oh, it's great. Just learning, taking that first year, really growing on and off the court. Just learning how to live away from home. Obviously, being at home at Syracuse was a cheat for me, going home, doing my laundry and stuff. So that was an adjustment. And then on the court, just continuing to get better, getting stronger, being able to shoot from range, and just continuing to grow every day. So I'm really enjoying it so far.
What is the biggest leap you think you've made from year one as a pro to now here in year two?
I would just say overall athleticism, being able to guard multiple positions, being able to shoot from deeper, from three, shooting from range, and just getting used to the athleticism at this level, because it's a step up from college, just like how high school is to college. It's always a step up in athleticism, skill, and just honestly everything.
Was there a moment, your first year, maybe your second year, where you realized that jump in athleticism? Like, okay, I'm not playing Duke anymore. I'm playing the Cleveland Charge here.
Oh, I would say early on, even going back to training camp my rookie year, just getting in there, getting to summer league, just realizing that these guys are just even better. You can't even translate. You can't prepare for it. It's just getting those reps every day has been huge for me, and competing against them in training camp. And last year was a big help for me, and this year, and just coming out and being aggressive.
Obviously, the grind of professional sports is slightly different than college. And hoops, if you have an amazing year, you're playing 35 games. Feels like you're playing 35 games in 2 months in the pros. Yeah. What are some things as a professional athlete that the normal person doesn't understand that you wish they would understand?
Oh, just like you said, especially at the NBA. I mean, being on a two-way last year, going from game to game, even if I wasn't suiting up, I was going to watch the game, and then coming to the G League. I think I did 7 games in 9 days last year, and I mean, I couldn't even feel my legs. All my shots were short, and I was like, all right, that's probably makes sense, but just you get a week in between games in college, it's spaced out, and here you're playing 4 games in 7 days, even at the G League, and you're traveling city to city in between. So it's just it's a different type of grind, and I've gotten used to it luckily, but guys who come in are always a little surprised at first, and it takes a little to get used to that everyday grind.
So you mentioned going to college at Syracuse. You grew up right down the road. We're going to get into his dad in a second, I promise. But as someone who grew up in one area of the country and now is getting acclimated to here, the Detroit area, what are you liking about being here so far?
I like Detroit a lot. I tell people it's pretty similar to Syracuse, honestly. I think it's just more professional sports. It's a little more mainstream. There's a little more going on, but it's similar weather, it's better weather, honestly. I really enjoy the winters here. So people always call me crazy, but I'm wearing sweatshirts every day. But it's a good city. I really enjoy it. The people are passionate about sports. They obviously love their sports teams, and it's simple. It's low key. Some good restaurants I've found, which is major for me, and it's pretty similar. And I can drive home 6 hours, so not bad right there.
See, I've been telling people for years literally everything Buddy has said. Hey, when I went to college, I could drive home. And honestly, the people of Syracuse kind of like Detroit. And oh, by the way, here's the thing about Michigan, right? It has the common decency to stop snowing after like 4 inches. Buddy can tell you better than me. Why does it have to snow in Syracuse 3 feet, dude? Like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, it's normal. I would go to bed and there'd be a couple inches of snow on the ground. I'd wake up and you couldn't go outside. The door was blocked in with snow. It's 2 to 3 feet, and I would still have school that day. So we would just get up like it was a normal day. They take care of the roads well, which is good, but I'd be on my way to school in about 30 minutes and get out of the door, and it's normal in Syracuse, so I definitely enjoy it here.
So obviously you've got the very famous last name. Your dad is, without exaggeration, one of the best basketball coaches who has ever lived. But I feel like when people know someone like that, they're in the public eye for so long, there's these misconceptions. We know your dad is the guy with the interesting fashion choices and the whiny voice. Yeah. What do you wish people knew about your dad that they just don't know about him because they're not around him every day?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of enjoy that people think he's obnoxious and grumpy, but honestly, he's the most caring, loving guy I've been around. He's really funny. He's got some great jokes he'll give us, and he wants to go every day. He still wants to go play golf. He wants to go out to eat every night. He's a big foodie. That's where I probably got it from, but he's always watching basketball. He wants to talk basketball. We'll talk about anything. So he really is as outgoing as anyone I know, and he's the best person I know. So it's fun to see that people joke about it, but I like that private side to him as well.
I hope you know as well that for years your dad made fun of people like me who went to Newhouse, and now he's calling games. Have you guys made fun of him for that yet?
Yeah, I watched the Carolina game first. He did a good job, but I'm definitely nervous for it because he calls it how it is. He's gonna say if it's a bad shot, it's a bad shot. If this guy isn't too good, he's gonna say that. But we all watch. My mom's been giving him some pointers on the text during it. He'll come back to 3 or 4 texts, posture, and little things like that. So that's helped. And we've been all invested in it. But yeah, we're not too surprised because he can't get away from basketball.
I feel like I'm Andrew Marchand here. I'm breaking news. Julie Boeheim is helping Jim be better at broadcasting.
Yeah, she helped him be a better coach too. She would give him some pointers here and there, and thought she was the assistant coach. So that's nothing new in the Boeheim house.
Obviously, everyone's brought up your dad before, but this is not new in normal life. Like, everyone goes into the family business, and they go into the family business for different reasons. Why do you love basketball?
I think just at a young age, my first love was Syracuse basketball. I think that was what I loved more than anything, going to the games, being 4 years old, mopping the courts at timeouts, being a ball boy, looking up to the Syracuse players. That's really all I wanted, was to play at Syracuse. So I just fell in love with it through Syracuse, and eventually as I got older and to high school, I said, all right, I want to try to be a good basketball player and work as hard as I can and see what happens. And, it kind of just unfolded how it did. I never had a goal to play at Syracuse or become a good player there. It just worked out day by day, working hard and falling in love with the workout aspect of it first, and being around, the Mello Center and the players and practice really showed me what it took to get to that level.
And we're about to do television for a couple of people here, but it's fine. I'm going to ask them some Syracuse quick hitters. Favorite spot on Marshall Street?
Varsity.
That's such a lame answer. Like, you're supposed to say
I know.
that.
My dad's been going there, though, and they've lost a lot of spots, actually. I really like Sliders, me and my dad, when it was there. Great burgers. That was his spot. That was one of the biggest devastations I've seen. That was like the Big East going to the ACC for him. He had a T-shirt and everything, so that one hurt him. But Varsity, I'd say.
The right answer is Blue Monkey, but we'll get past it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Favorite Italian restaurant in Syracuse?
Sant'Angelo's family spot in Liverpool, but we go there every Sunday.
You do?
Yeah,
really?
my dad loves it. They have great rack of lamb, and chicken francais is what everyone else gets.
My family may have gone there once, and we may or may not have seen your dad in the corner. So he's not lying, by the way. They actually do go. The right answer, again, I guess this is lame. I like Postabilities. Is
that's
that okay?
mainstream. Everyone says that. It's a great spot, but that's mainstream. That's worse than Varsity for me.
The tomato oil is amazing at Postabilities.
It is.
You should go there.
It is.
I'm going to let you off the hook. You don't have to say your favorite SU athlete is a basketball player. Who's your favorite Syracuse athletic athlete of all time?
Oh, it's really tough. That's tough. I'd probably go Johnny Flynn. I'd go G-Mac's my guy, but I was 5 years old when he was going up, and when he was there, and I was there when I was 9 or 10, got to go to the 6 overtime game in the Garden. Greatest game I've ever been to and will ever go to, and Johnny played 55 minutes or something that game, never got tired, and just also off the court, really awesome guy. And I'd say Johnny, and Devo's my guy too. That's someone I've gotten very close with over the years.
Well, you got to see Eric Devendorf. You're in Detroit.
Absolutely. Flint. That's my guy right there, though.
Last one for you. Basketball question here, right? Yeah. Still your second year as a pro. Mm-hmm. Still getting better. We're still in the middle of this thing. But by the end of this season, what do you want to say about Buddy Boeheim's 2023-2024 professional season, wherever it ends?
Just tremendous growth, honestly. Not worried about the numbers, whatever it is, but just got better every day, came in with a good attitude, worked as hard as possible, and let the results speak for themselves, and controlled what I could, and just gave it everything I had.
I don't think that was too nauseating, right? Like a couple of Syracuse guys in Detroit. We only spent like a quarter of the interview. We did pretty good.
It was great. I could talk about Syracuse for hours, so we'll let them off the hook.
Next time we'll get Iffy Melifonwu and Mike Tirico in this thing. Buddy, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
More Cruise basketball coming up right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Hey, it's game time.
We gotta watch the Bucks game too. Giannis already got 20 points in the first quarter.
League pass goes hard.
And check out the heat. Jimmy Buckets is on fire. The Lakers and the Nuggets are in OT. Oh, Luka just put a dude on a poster. Jalen Brunson out there snatching ankles. Ooh. Go back to Golden State. Home team view.
This is NBA basketball at its best, folks. I'm never leaving.
I'm gonna want you to leave eventually.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA G League.
All right, we're back at Wayne State Fieldhouse, getting ready for the start of the second half. Good first half for the Crews. They've got a 7-point lead going into the second half, but some concerning news going into the second half. Kara down on the sidelines has a little bit more for us.
Yeah, well, you saw just going into that second half there, Malcolm Casalong sort of limping off the court. Something must have happened in that last play of the game. I've been told he sprained his left ankle and will not be returning tonight, guys.
Loss because, Chad, we spent that entire first half talking about the fact that it's been a diversified scoring attack for the Crews. Such a bummer for Casalon, who was having his best game of the week. So now you wonder who takes the scoring load that Malcolm was giving you tonight.
Yeah, Casalon with 3 triples in this game, 13 points, second leading scorer. And as you said, he does so many other things well. You're going to have to lean on some other guys. Stanley Amude happens to be a guy that has been coming off the bench. Naturally, he'll fit in, and he'll start the second half here.
Off we go to start this second half. Singleton back on the floor, kicking to Baker, who looked darn good in the first half, but his first shot of the second half, a little bit long.
Yeah, 3 of 4 from distance in the first half for Baker. Little heat checker there.
Skyhawks ended that first half strong with a Bufkin corner 3 that got this game to 7. Knight, one too many steps. And there's that good defense for the Skyhawks we've been talking about all night.
Yeah, and that's Baker. He does it on both ends, and they like him. This is anybody that can shoot at his height, 6'10", 6'11". And Troy Weaver's here, the GM, the Pistons. They want a guy like that.
Down the avenue, laying it in for 2, Jarkel Joyner. Feels like he's got a few extra points left in his back pocket in the second half.
Yeah, they're going to have to count on Joyner. He is a guy that can score it. They love his defense, but he's got to pick up some of the slack for this depleted Crew. Again, 8 guys out tonight.
Roden caught the pass out of bounds. A start to the second half that is not going to make McMillan happy on that sideline for the Crews.
No, you just can't give away turnovers like that. Roden has been a bit turnover heavy. If I'm being picky, that's one of his things. High turnovers, trying to get him better at that, but he's done so well in other ways.
Bufkin for Baker. Right back to Kobe Bufkin. Off the screen, letting a rainbow go. I hope he called glass. It's a 2.
The banks are closed on the weekend, and especially at night, but welcome home, Kobe.
That's now 17 for the former Wolverine, and a former guy who starred at Grand Rapids Christian.
I say welcome home, but I mean, to be fair, he's from the other side of the state. He went to Michigan, which is 50 minutes from here.
Yeah.
It's
Close enough.
a nice story, close enough.
In the Midwest, everything we assume is like a 2-hour drive. Close enough, close enough.
Another look at that triple. Looks so pretty from the southpaw. Another one.
Tough roll off for Tosan. Strong start to the second half for the Skyhawks. They can tie it with a 3 on this trip. Kobe going for 2. The glass was not kind that time.
Yeah, good job by Amude to come back and rebound. He does that very well.
This time he threw it to Roden, I guess. It missed everything.
He almost got Max Unger, the assistant general manager down there. Max had his head on a swivel. Huntington Woods native. Nice area.
Thank you, Jim Price.
You're welcome.
Crews still haven't scored in the second half. Skyhawks have got a couple of buckets in their back pocket. Bufkin lobs here. Baker the tough catch, and he missed it.
That's the old buff and bake. Usually it tastes good, but not that time.
Roden on the other end, over Baker and Joyner for 2.
Oh, Jarrett showing off that ultra athleticism.
Everything tonight for the Crews feels like it's tough offensively. You'll get a bucket there, back up to a 5-point lead.
It's a working man's kind of night for the Crews, but they're up for it.
Bufkin, step through, floater, good. He's looked darn good tonight.
He's got those long arms. You know, only 6'4", I say only, but he's got that long arm. He can just reach back and avoid the defender.
Amude falling away after another nice find from Xavier Simpson.
Such a pretty touch. Jamel McMillan raved about the way that he just lets the offense come to him. Not worried about forcing his stuff. Creates for himself when he can.
Almost a steal there by Amude. Buffkin saved the possession. Here's Joyner going to work, missing the shot. Simpson wants to go with Joyner way behind the play.
They got numbers.
This is Owoma. Tough roll off. Third shot. No. Nathan Knight almost had a fourth shot, then Singleton took it away. Man.
Brought it down. What a great effort, though. Come on, Owoma.
Guy who was shined all year long. Didn't start playing hoops until he was 14. He was a soccer player growing up in England. Baker defended by Amude right to Norris, and he kissed it off glass.
Nice touch. That looked intentional. Either way, it's a one-possession game, partner.
So you're saying Miles Norris did call bank there? That's what you're saying?
I think he had to get it over the outstretched arm.
Simpson no good. Once again, College Park coming up the floor, a chance to tie it. Norris will shoot it. He won't tie it. A little bit strong.
Not a bad night from that distance, but that's not the guy you want shooting it.
If you're the Crews, usually you want Stanley Amude shooting it, but a rare miss for Stanley. And Chad, this is a weird start to the half for the Crews. Just nothing working offensively.
No, Jamel McMillan talks about, let's not get all these two-pointers. Let's not get crazy. Let's not get individualistic. Let's be a willing passing team. And they've kind of gone away from that. A lot of individual things, and he doesn't like that. And things go bad when that happens.
All right, let's see what happens on this trip for College Park. Get this guy the ball. Usually good things happen. Buffkin passed it to a bunch of bodies. Crews took it away. Bounce to Simpson. And another tough roll-off.
Yeah, it's great hustle to make that miss. That was Randolph who distracted it out of Arizona.
Joyner, bounce into the corner, tie game, knockdown three, Brandon Randolph. And Jamel McMillan has seen enough. This second half turning into a meat grinder real quick. Skyhawks want to bring you down to their level and get you in a rock fight. Defense turning to offense, and just like that, a tie game in the Motor City.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
That battle on the boards determines so many professional basketball games. We've sung the praises of Tosan Owoma all night, all year. One of the best rebounders in the league. But Chad, the stubborn fact of it is, right now, the last couple of games for the Crews, big reason why they lost on Thursday to Osceola, and why now all of a sudden we got a tie game against College Park tonight. Rebounding's been a problem. Crews were out-rebounded by 14 on Thursday, and tonight, it's kind of same song, different verse. Skyhawks in the second half have brought the fight to them.
They have multiple opportunities at some point wear you down and show up on the stat sheet.
Tosan Uoma right on cue, getting it inside, and it gets fouled by David Singleton.
Yeah, and you see Jared Roden so frustrated after that at himself for the pass. Not happy with the way he distributed this pass and made it a tough catch for Uoma. And that's a guy that wants things to be done right. That's what makes Roden so great.
Jared's scoring numbers down a bit again tonight. 8 points for Jared after 9 on Thursday. Roden scored 31 in the win on Tuesday night. He and Amude combined for 59 of the 130 that the Crews put up on Tuesday.
Yeah, and they need more of that. They need those two guys to shine at the same time, again, multiple times.
Norris, floater, in and out. Rebound, Nathan Knight.
Big possession for the Crews coming up here. Got to take care of the basketball.
Simpson on the dribble, handoff to Roden. Getting the screen for Nathan Knight. Now Amude slashing inside, following his miss for 2.
Well, Jamel McMillan raved about how the Skyhawks just don't let you get anything in the paint. Oh yeah? How about Amude getting 2 shots in the paint and scoring?
Randolph, man, what a tough finish and a big-time bucket for College Park.
He's had a great third quarter. Had that steal and had the 3, and now that play. They're stepping up here.
McGowan's patrols amidst 3 different Crews defenders. Trey said, to heck with it. I'm putting my shoulder down and I am getting to the basket.
Guys are getting back. That's a good sign. Effort is there.
McGowan's one of those guys in college who very well traveled. That's become the norm at the college game, it feels like. Trey's from Pendleton, South Carolina. He started as a Pitt Panther. He ended as a Nebraska Cornhusker. Here he is, getting stripped by Amude on the drive.
Oh, he wanted that foul too.
Trey a bit slow getting back on defense, still frustrated by the no foul call. 10 on the ticker. Chandre Jones the lob, Jace Johnson the catch and the contact. Higgs down there is wondering where exactly the contact came from.
How about the ball entry pass? This is really nice touch and craft. Chandre Jones knows how to feed the post and make a 7-footer happy. Jace Johnson, you'd like to see him finish there a little stronger, but he does get to the line.
About a week or so now, Chad, for Jace Johnson joining this organization. Came over from Santa Cruz earlier this month on the 2nd. What have you made of him and what he's brought to the team so far?
He can rebound. He's a very, very good rebounder. He's a plus offensive rebounder and a very good defensive rebounder. Struggles to finish, but he can step out, hit a jump shot, and he follows orders, and they like him. He's a dedicated and a good teammate.
McGowan's rainbow, no. Johnson had the rebound, but a tough break, and he gets the block anyway.
Oh, he can block shots too. My bad. Forgot about that one.
You're just checking every box of the bingo board, Chad. I love it.
Almost.
Oh, man. Tried to find Johnson. Amude's pass got tipped. Singleton left alone. Long rebound to Tiggs and a reload. Yeah.
Cannot happen. Sorry, Evan.
No, you're good. The frustration is warranted.
Yeah.
McGowan's. He took that one from the 7-3-4. We are in the 3-1-3.
Shout out to the 7-3-4.
Heck yeah.
Alex Westfall. Yeah.
Ypsilanti, stand up.
That's right.
Man, College Park is just making everything a tough look in the second half.
They are. High hands, active hands. Very disciplined group.
Randolph. Oh, good. Credit to the Crews, though. Even with the offensive struggles, the defense playing pretty darn good, too, in the second half.
They have. They've been sticky, assignment sound. Very steady. Rhoda just lost that off his foot. Oh, boy, this is a break. I mean,
what do they call jump ball?
Yeah. Rhoda just loses this off his foot, I think.
I mean, Singleton on the floor right now for College Park is looking at anyone who will look at him going, how in the world did this not go off road?
I mean, take a look. Yeah, right off the toe. Now, the officials didn't get a great look at it, and that's what happens. But, I mean, all right. And yeah, the Skyhawks smell something.
Timeout on the floor. One of those quarters where beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah, this is going to get reviewed.
This will get reviewed, and we'll tell you what the result is after the break. Tight one in the Motor City, because of course.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Tough break for the Crews. They did review that play and correctly deemed that it went out of bounds off Jared Roden. So, College Park gets it back, down by 2. Just about 3 minutes remaining in a third quarter that has not featured a lot of offense. Chad, how can either team try to get something going offensively here?
Well, I think it's time for somebody to heat up from distance. Buddy Boeheim checks in. Travion Graham out there. Watch for the Crews to try to get something deep.
This time, Randolph on the drive to the basket draws a foul. He has not been afraid in this quarter, Chad, to stick his nose in there.
No, it's been his kind of quarter. Something might have been said at halftime by the head coach, Ryan Schmidt. But you see the attack here, the aggressiveness, the collapse by the Crews, but the foul. And Randolph has come out right in the third.
Once upon a time, Randolph, a 5-star recruit. He grew up in Yonkers, but he went to the Westtown School that's in Westchester, PA. A couple of years at Arizona, where so many great recruits go, and now he's been playing his pro ball for 5 years.
Yeah, he's been impressive on the scene in many areas.
There you go. Boeheim, corner 3, long, and it's out of bounds off the Crews. Again, the offense for the Crews is just stagnant right now.
Yeah, not their kind of night. Below 35% from downtown. They've been, over 40% on most nights. And that's a guy they're going to count on, Boeheim. It's not all up to him, but look, that's his job a lot of times, to come in and get instant offense.
Skyhawks haven't led a ton tonight. On cue, they've got a lead. Just their second of the night. Robert Baker have a night.
That's his 4th triple of this game. My goodness.
A guy
meaning business.
Yeah, a guy, Chad, who started this season playing pro ball in Japan. Back home in the States, and tonight he's been great.
I'd love to see footage of him playing in Japan.
Roden needs a little pixie dust. He got it off and got the roll.
And the frustration continues. He says, I got a foul too. To the official.
They got to work for everything out there tonight. Joyner defended beautifully by Chandre Jones.
It's what they do. That's why the defense is what it is. 3rd best, giving up just 103 points. They're tough. And Roden frustrated. You see that. Had a frustrating night last night. Much better tonight, more effective. Good on the glass too, 8 rebounds.
Gowans catches the inbound, working on Roden, and they get the foul on Jared that time.
Jared's been aggressive. 4 steals defensively, has been very active, but with that comes fouls, and he'll pay the piper now for that one. But Jamel McMillan's not mad at him. I promise you.
Chad, I'll say it because we're all thinking it. Usually it's 64-63 in a pro basketball game. Sometimes at the end of the second quarter, usually start of the third quarter. We're darn near at the start of the fourth quarter, and this game is a bit of a throwback, and I think Coach McMillan doesn't mind it.
No. Grew up as Daddy Nate McMillan, those defensive-minded Supersonics. He knows all about defense. What his dad did in Atlanta with the Hawks. Defense, defense, defense in that house.
Jones spinning and getting blocked, but another foul call that is just going to leave the Skyhawks perplexed.
Yeah, and I don't know why. It looked pretty clear to me. There's another look at it. Might have seen it wrong, but he got hit twice by 2 areas.
Yeah, he got smacked in the stomach.
It's Devin Higgs, who got signed off the street last week.
Grew up about 40 miles, Chad, from where the Skyhawks play. Went to Georgia Southwestern. That's a D2 school, and now he's playing pro ball.
Cool story. Gotta love the G.
Boeheim, shot fake, one more pass, 3 coming, no good. Graham. McGowan's the rebound and the lob. There he is. Higgs, first basket of the night.
Yeah, Higgs. Great story, but his story's real right now. Hawks are their biggest lead.
Buddy Boeheim, a sorely needed answer for the Crews.
And I had a problem a little bit with him giving it up to Graham on that last possession. The fans came to see Boeheim hit a 3-pointer. No offense to Graham. That's one I'd like to see him step into.
And Buddy, by the way, thought there should have been a foul. He ended up on his backside as he hit the 3, and he's asking the officials, wasn't there a foul? Because I thought I got fouled.
Yeah, TG, the MC, thought the same thing down there. Made the official quite aware of that.
Trevion Graham that time, the foul, as Joyner was getting inside.
That's what he does. Jaquel Joyner, another look at that 3. We'll see why TG was upset. Look at him. Yeah, he wanted it too.
Well, I think what they were upset about, Chad, was you're supposed to allow the guy to land, give a landing spot on a 3-pointer, and he just ran right into Buddy there.
Good point. Look at that big boy rebound.
Off the miss from Joyner. 40 seconds remaining in a third quarter that has been a slugfest. Owoma. Boeheim couldn't pull the trigger.
No, look at that closeout.
Owoma falling away and a tie ball game.
What a great decision by Boeheim to feed the big boy, the rookie out of Princeton, and the Tiger to disappoint, and we're tied up.
On a 4-second difference, shot and game clock here. Tiger almost lost it. Now he's got it back. Jarkel Joyner, fall away Jay, and now they're starting to fall.
Smooth. Big point of the game, too.
Simpson on the move. All the way, follow, yes, Graham.
Trevion Graham, Johnny on the spot, the veteran, with the most NBA minutes on the club, ties it up at the horn.
I think we had 10 combined points in the last minute, and maybe 10 combined points in the first 11 minutes of the quarter. A flurry of action to end it, and a good fourth quarter in store.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
The NBA app is everyone's app. Everyone looking for a bandwagon. Every statistician always in the weeds.
Points, rebounds, assists.
Every streetwear king who's here for the drip. Every Nuggets fan still reigning like a champ. And everyone else on this floating basketball we call Earth.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, You are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
The Motor City Cruise has the ultimate fan experience. There's something for the whole family. Whether you're battling it out with Turbo, hitting the party deck for your birthday, performing at halftime, chopping it up with players, or just enjoying some good old Detroit!
It's kind of funny, right? When you get to a pro basketball game, you never know what you're going to get. Tonight we got a slugfest, 70-all as we go to the fourth quarter. Kara, what's going on down there?
Yeah, Evan. Well, as we get closer to all things NBA All-Star Weekend, that means we're also getting closer to the NBA G League Up Next game. Now, it's going to look a little bit different this year. Going to be more of a tournament-style layout. We're going to have 4 teams, a semi-final game as well as a final game. And just to keep you guys, to keep something in the back of your mind, 10 guys that make that are voted on by the fans. So whether you want to vote for Xavier Simpson, Malcolm Caslon, or Jared Roden, you can do that at the NBA G League's website, guys. Make sure you get your votes in.
On this Cruise team, Buddy Boeheim just knocking one down to give the Cruise the lead back. Bufkin from a mile away, not close. Johnson's pass to Simpson, too high.
Yeah, I thought it was a good pass and a good thought. It just had some funky spin and a little bit ahead, but yeah, it's back to Kara and all the folks. How about all the guys that are eligible to get to that All-Star game?
Yeah. A lot of excellent options on a Cruise team that's played such good basketball all season. Kobe Bufkin, not that time, but the rebound for Norris. Amidst the crowd, he lost the ball.
Didn't get the rebound, but made sure they got the ball. That's important.
Buddy Boeheim again.
It comes and runs in spurts, and number 35 can crush an orange like nobody's business. And he got another one there. He's starting to get hot. Might have been something you said to him at halftime.
Now 9 for Buddy. Bufkin passed it to nobody. Turnover Cruise.
Now get it back to him. Yes.
Buddy Boeheim. Oh, brother, if that thing goes down, the gym goes nuts.
Speaking of Jim, Jim Boeheim's his father?
He is. Heard a rumor. One of us now broadcasting games. Oh, no! Brandon Randolph attacking the 10.
Wow. What a second half for Randolph.
Owoma. No, on the other end. That feels like it could be a huge momentum swing.
Yeah, too soon. Not your best three-point shooter. Not the shot you wanted. A deal breaker, but Tosan does this all the time. Makes up for it.
And we got a foul well behind the play.
Yeah, and he's down, and that's Bufkin. Slow to get up. I don't know what happened, but Bufkin gets up. Gimpy will get a look here. Randolph with the attack and the rise. And JJ might have caught a poster.
There's something about a dunk like that that can flip the script. Skyhawks hanging around after being down 7 at half. Owoma, good. Again, that floater is pretty.
Had a size advantage of 4 inches over David Singleton. Took advantage. Great recognition by the smarty pants out of Princeton.
Got a couple of Ivy Leaguers in this game. We've talked about Baker for College Park, who played at Harvard. Norris faking in handing. A miss and a foul that will send Miles Norris to the line.
Yeah, Miles has been in the middle of it all. He's one of the biggest they have out there at 6'10". Baker's a 6'11" guy, but he plays in the perimeter. This is their one guy that plays below the rim, and he's a guy they have to get more activity out of in this game.
I mean, you got 13 from Baker. The Skyhawks did in the first half, only 3 in the second half. Buffkin's their leading scorer with 19, but Chad, we've kind of said it all night. The defense has been there for the Skyhawks to win. Someone's just got to grab the reins offensively. They're going to get this thing to the finish line tonight, it feels like. Yeah, without so many guys. Again, 8 guys out. Nobody's going to feel sorry for the Skyhawks, but they do have a lot of offensive options out. Buffkin's the one guy, as you said earlier, there needs to be a second consistent option. Baker was that guy earlier. Simpson gets that thing on a string and nearly got it to roll in. Working on another Michigan alum Buffkin and drawing the contact. Oh, he's crafty, like the Beastie Boys sang about in the 80s. And he's just my type. I mean, this is just a special kind of move. Just sets up defenders so well, so crafty, fun. The guy who had just figured it out at the collegiate level, Simpson and Teskey, the 2 Michigan Wolverines who have won more games than anyone in the history of that proud program. And we keep saying it because it's true. Xavier Simpson is helping the Crews win a lot of ball games this year, too. Yeah, good call. He's a winner. He's a winner. Taught well by his father out of Lima, Ohio. Just played good defense on Buffkin. Now Boeheim working hard and finding Jace Johnson for the flush. Nothing wrong with sharing that sugar. But he's not afraid to do that, too. Johnson didn't miss. In this ball game, an 8-point lead may as well feel like 18. The Crews have ballooned it back up to an 8-point lead. Boeheim for Johnson and 2 more.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to fix my feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
This thing was tied at 70 coming into the fourth quarter, but the Crews are closing strong. 12-4 run to start the fourth quarter. And Chad, you were just talking about it before we hit that commercial break. Good ball movement, good passing for the Crews has led to some moments like that Jace Johnson dunk. It's contagious when things like that happen and everybody's celebrating and it's off a nice pass. Everybody's happy and it just kind of gets the mojo going. Now, look, College Park's coming at you. They're down 8 with 8 to go, a lot of time. But they know the time is now, though, and they can't afford to go down double digits really on the road with that short bench. Skyhawks forced to run only 9 in the rotation. Buffkin, their best scorer tonight, just dropped in points 20 and 21. Yeah, Blackjack. Kobe's not going anywhere, and this is going to be a game. They're going to lock him down a little better. So crafty in the mid-range. Where do the Crews go? They go to Tosan Owoma! Little bangers and mash for the Brit boy. 14 for Tosan. None bigger than those two. Buffkin again. They got to get somebody else on him. Graham, all respect, it's not a matchup that works well for him. They got to get somebody else on him. Simpson threw it away. Joyner, bounce. Singleton, no. Joyner, rebound, in. And Owoma defended that so well. Got the miss, but credit to Joyner, undersized, but pesky and nosy. Back down to a 4-point game. Boeheim wants that ball in the corner. Shot faking, shoot, missing. Johnson had the rebound and had it stripped. Stays on this end, but only 5 to shoot.
Yeah, great recognition by Boeheim. This is the other part of his game. He's not just a three-point shooter. He's developed other parts of it, and he's shown that. Couldn't finish there. See what they could do in the Bob play.
Back into that corner with Boeheim. Johnson threw it out to Graham, who did not get it off. That doesn't count.
Got to be more aware of that. Yes, the bench is on the other end, but there's some veterans out there that need to point it and make it clear. That's a verbal communication that has to happen, and it didn't here.
So a stop for the Skyhawks. Still so much time to go. Joyner moving left, falling away, missing the shot after the good defense from Boeheim.
Defense has really picked up.
One more pass, Graham. Joyner is all over the floor right now.
Just a magnet to that basketball, staying aggressive.
Keeps the dribble alive against Simpson. Back to Bufkin. Obi, Bufkin. Rebound, Johnson.
You can live with that. I can live with a 23-footer all day fading away over a 6'9" guy. Good defense.
Now does it turn into good offense? You bet your backside it does. Xavier Simpson, 2 more.
Just let the captain take over. Only 10 points tonight, had 32 last night at career high, but he does so many other things well.
Bufkin for Singleton, the former UCLA Bruin. Moving against Boeheim. Outside Joyner. That's not his shot. He's only 13% from behind the long line this year. Owoma, amidst 3 players, lost the ball, and Higgs fights for the rebound.
It's not a valued possession of the Crews. 6-point lead.
Bufkin off the Baker screen. Lefty floater, no. And that's one of those possessions where you can see there's just no one they can go to offensively, it feels like.
And I think they're tired. I mean, you see Baker with some steam. Singleton looks like he's thickened up a bit. He's gassed.
Now Boeheim. Bouncing to Johnson. Graham has to hoist up a prayer, and it's no good. Another possession that the Crews see nothing go in.
Yeah, that wasn't a Picasso.
I don't know enough about paintings to say something that would be otherwise, so I'm just going to stick with you on that one.
Could have been a Van Gogh.
Sure. Monet. That's about it.
Oh,
that's all I got.
What a great era. Modernism.
Joyner shot fake in the corner. He did not have the time to do that. That's a shot clock violation.
I think it was actually impressionism.
Okay. So you actually paid attention in art class. Good for you.
I did at Wayne State University, this very campus. I took a freshman art class and went to the DEA, and my life's never been the same since.
I think everyone who grew up in Metro Detroit had to take one too many field trips to the DEA growing up, and the DIA too.
DIA? Excuse me, DIA.
It's been a long day. And still 4:16 to go.
Let me clarify. It was to the DIA.
The finish from Wayne State Fieldhouse, not the Detroit Institute of Art, is coming up after this.
The Motor City Cruise has the ultimate fan experience. There's something for the whole family. Whether you're battling it out with Turbo, hitting the party deck for your birthday, performing at halftime, chopping it up with players, or just enjoying some good old Detroit!
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up, and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
You know, the beauty of covering sports night after night is that you truly never know what you're going to get. So when the Crews started this homestand on Tuesday, they played a game where they beat the Osceola Magic 130-113. Tonight, on Saturday, Chad, we have the complete opposite game. It's 86-80 with 4 minutes left.
We're stuck in quicksand. A defensive beauty.
Again, it is just hard work out there. More good defense from College Park.
It was. Nate Knight couldn't get it up. Active hands. We've seen it all night. First one to 100 wins.
We're going to Roden here for a foul as Brandon Randolph back in the game. All right, so it's been a night where both teams have struggled to score it at times.
Yep.
Crews lost one of their top scorers at halftime, as Kara told us. Cazelon out for the game with a left ankle sprain.
Huge.
So who are both teams going to here down the stretch to try to get some sorely needed baskets?
Whoever your top drivers are. I think Buffkin's that guy, but I think you need something at the rim. Randolph's a good place to start.
There's Baker as well, finishing through the contact from Knight. Robert Baker have a night, that's 18.
That's how these teams are going to score at the rim. And the Skyhawks are not easy to score at the rim, but this guy right here, Simpson, a big part of scoring deep down there.
Knight met by Buffkin. Stays on this end.
I don't have the wingspan on Buffkin. I should have done better research, and that's on me. But Buffkin's got a big one. It's a long one, and it's shown off here in this rejection. And a little trash talking to Mr. Nate Knight at the end. Look at this. I mean, that's clean ball. Athleticism, hand-eye, elevation, all in one.
There's a reason why Kobe was picked 15th overall last year.
That's right, and he's bagging $20 million over the next 4 years.
Contrary to popular belief, I don't get paid that much to call these games.
No, but you're on your way.
Well, thank you. I needed to hear that today.
Yeah, I'm not the one that's going to get you on your way with that salary, but I think you're close.
It's a whole nother conversation for another time, Chad.
Negotiations are open.
Jarkel Joyner throws it into the corner. Baker, no. Rebound, Roden. And the Crews want to go.
You are a high-priced free agent, you know.
Awoma, whose salary keeps skyrocketing with how well he's been playing all year. It's now 18 in the ballgame.
No, that's a good call, but in all seriousness, he's on his way to a two-way. I mean, this guy is that's his next level, and he's been impressive with plays like that.
Kobe Buffkin. That is why there's a lot of zeros in that bank account.
It's just so smooth, so easy, and within the offense. I think he's got to become a better three-point shooter, but from the mid-range, he's just on it.
Just a cool 25 for Kobe Buffkin tonight.
Yeah, pretty easy too.
Stanley Amude. Randolph, a big boy rebound as he was getting hauled to the ground by Knight. That's a foul.
This is where you're the Crews. You're holding on for dear life right now. I mean, you're holding hard and tight. Skyhawks down 4. Appear to be up 5 or 10 in this game with all the momentum right now and making the right plays. Crews need something to settle down. Amude seemed like the right option. Got to get a stop here if you're the Crews, though.
Another close game for College Park in a year that's been filled with them. Amude, the defense on Buffkin. Awoma bouncing to Roden. Blocked initially. They call a held ball as Brandon Randolph sticks his mitts in there again.
Man, another block. Got to give credit to this Skyhawks team. And they're undersized. I mean, the blocks are coming at the highest of rates, and they're clean. And the Crews will have to earn it with the elevation of a guy that can get up, two-way guy Jared Roden.
He's 6'5", Randolph is 6'6".
You saw Randolph can get up too earlier.
Yeah. And on cue, he wins the tap.
Off the ref's toe, but indeed he won it.
Here we go. Under 100 seconds left in a 4-point ball game. What more could you want on a Saturday night? Kobe Buffkin stopped the dribble and had to throw it out.
They put a Woma on him with size. That was a problem there.
Buffkin throws it up over a Woma, and the size wins the day.
Great call by Jamel McMillan to put him on Buffkin. Kind of an unorthodox call, but it worked twice there.
Now Tosan sets the screen for Simpson. Amude had it tipped out of bounds. 6 on the ticker.
Yeah, it's that wingspan again. That annoying defense. Pest-like defense. Don't forget our G of the game coming up afterwards. Carol Lyles will be with our G of the game.
Who that will be is still a question mark because this is a 4-point game with a minute to go.
We're going to put it all on Kara.
Xavier Simpson. That's his bid for G of the game. Big bucket, 6-point lead, and a timeout for the Skyhawks.
He's got more G of the game hats than Alex Westfall, and wouldn't be surprised if he earns it. But that's the guy. That's the guy you said, how are you going to do it? You go at the rim, and who else finishes better at the rim than Xavier Simpson?
So this, Chad, is where it always gets interesting, right? Specifically if you're the team in College Park down by 6 a minute to go. A little bit different in the pro game, obviously, than the college game, but here if you're the Skyhawks, you thinking 3? Are you okay with going 2? And how long can you go before you got to start fouling and putting the Crews on the line here?
All good questions. I think the Skyhawks need to get the best shot available. It doesn't have to be a 3. In fact, I'd love to see him go at the rim if I'm a Skyhawks fan, because Crews are going to be a little bit less anxious to guard the paint versus the 3-point line. I think you still have a lot of time, and you go and attack to try to get something close to the rim. You got Baker down there as well. That's a threat from distance and in the paint.
Under a minute remaining as the Crews try to close out another home win. Awolma nearly saved it to himself. That big body crashing to the floor.
He's been so aggressive defensively. This guy is a two-way player. We talked about him earning a two-way soon enough and on the verge of it, but boy, he plays hard defensively. What a fun matchup to watch. He stays on Buffkin here.
Last time down the floor, Buffkin was bottled up by Awolma. They run a screen to get Kobe a little space. He could not finish. Baker also didn't finish, but he got fouled.
They got Johnson on the block, and not a lot of argument there. So, going to have to earn it.
Yep.
2 shots. But fine job by the Crews, attempting to protect the rim and force the Skyhawks to earn it at the line. Another look here. Buffkin, no. Good length. And a swat from behind by Tosan on the 6'11 Baker. Not clean enough.
Chad just alluded to this, too. Usually in G League games, it's 1 free throw for 2, but down the stretch, less than 2 minutes remaining fourth quarter, you shoot 2, and Baker missed the first.
Yeah, they're going to make Bake shoot 2, and that's the rules, and that's all.
Got the second.
A lot of time.
Up ahead to Roden. Here comes the pressure right in front of the Skyhawks bench. Offensive foul, Jared Roden.
Yeah, and that's all created by Randolph. Randolph got very tight defensively and sold this. I don't know if it happened, but it sure looked like it. And sometimes that's really all the official needs. Credit this to Brandon Randolph out of Arizona for earning this charge or offensive foul.
All right, time for the Skyhawks, down by 5. Kobe Buffkin, elbow jumper, no. A big-time miss and a big-time rebound by Amude.
And just 2 fouls by the Skyhawks. They need to foul here. They've got to foul 3 more times before they'll force free throws. So with 20 seconds left, that's a big disadvantage. Crews can run around a bit here and eat some more time. That's a big stop on Buffkin and the Skyhawks.
On a night where the defense has been there for College Park, they hold opponents to 103 points per game. Well below that tonight. The Crews only at 90. We've said it, right? Skyhawks have trouble scoring it. Bottom 3 in the league. only 109 points per game, and tonight was 85 points. Big-time problem.
They're on pace for a season low, and there is a lot of chicken left on the bone, but, I mean, this is a credible effort for the Crews defensively. Offensively, they knew it would be a struggle, and, yeah, they've had their moments, but this has been an impressive defensive effort by the Crews.
Jared knocks them both down. That is some big-time breathing room with 19 seconds left. And the Skyhawks going to burn another timeout. We'll be back in 30 as the Crews are trying to close out win number 9 at home this season.
The future of the NBA, that's starting today. Welcome to the NBA G League. Today, we're panning for nuggets of gold, searching for what's never been seen. Today, watch us set new trends and crown new kings. Today, we're igniting the sparks that's blazing new trails. Buckle up and watch today's G League become tomorrow's NBA.
This is not the math that the Skyhawks want to see. Down by 7, 19 seconds left. The Crews are loving this math, and Stanley Amude and all the boys are trying to get this thing to the finish line.
College Park needs to get a triple up at this point. I believe down 7, 19 ticks left. Need to get a screen action for Buffkin. I would think that would be the attempt.
Instead, they try to inbound to Baker. It got tipped by Johnson. It goes to Baker anyway, and Amude had the block.
Sure did. Blocked the 6'11". Baker into the front court, and that's going to do it. The Dogs are called off.
The Motor City Crews at home for 6 straight. Won the first, dropped the second, won the third. In a game that truly at times was beauty in the eye of the beholder. That thing's darn pretty to the Crews. Another home win, their 9th, and their 14th of the season.
How about it? Crews with a big win at home. They've alternated wins and losses the last 7 or 8 times, and good to see him come back in this defensive struggle.
Jamel McMillan is like any good coach. He's going to watch back the film and find 17 things that bug the heck out of him. But for tonight, he's happy because his team just won. That's 2 out of 3 to start the 6-game homestand, with another game against these College Park Skyhawks coming up on Monday afternoon, Martin Luther King Day. Carol Isles down on the court, finding our G of the game. It's Stanley Amude. Down to Carol we go.
All right, Stanley, with the loss of Malcolm Caslan early on in that game, how were you guys able to step up in his absence?
It's just next man up mentality. Kind of just, Malcolm's big for us. He's a starter, and he can shoot it, but we see Buddy come in and shoot it. We got a lot of guys that can shoot, so I think it's just next man up mentality.
Strong defense performance from both teams tonight. How proud of you are you of your guys for finishing this one out?
Yeah, no, that's big. 85 points. Our goal is to keep them under 25 each quarter. So 85, that's good for us, and we got to build off of that.
All right, Stanley, thanks so much. Congrats. All right, Chad.
Thank you very much, Carol Isles. How about it? The G of the game, Stanley Amude. You touched on it. The defense. Kara touched on it, a big factor in winning the game down the stretch. He was big on assignment.
Yeah, he really was. This is one of those nights where you just find what you need from the right guys at the right times. And give credit to Stanley Amude. Last night, because Bogdan Bogdanovic is hurt for the Pistons, Stanley gets called up. Now he doesn't play, but he's in Little Caesars Arena last night.
Right.
Now he's here in Wayne State Fieldhouse tonight, and that's such a mental grind for these guys. Up and down, G League, minor league baseball, whatever the case may be. So for Amude to be locked in and the whole team to be locked in enough to get the job done, I know it was a low-scoring game, but still, they will take what happened tonight on this floor. No question about it.
No doubt. A good win, a gutsy defensive effort when things weren't always going perfect and right. And sometimes it's not always going to feel good, but they stayed together, stayed connected, and you saw at the end a collective effort to win this thing defensively any which way on this cold night. It was certainly cold for the Hawks, and credit to the Crews for gutting it out in the quicksand.
One of those ball games where if you win it, you go, okay, ugly, but we won. If you lose it, you go, oh, man, frustration. We're back to wrap up this game after this from Wayne State Fieldhouse. Another win for the Crews at home.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. We all know that our wives and daughters deserve special attention, but that's especially true when it comes to their knees. Do you know that females are at a 2 to 5 times risk compared to their male counterparts when it comes to blowing out their knees? It doesn't seem fair, but it's true. The reasons include the way females are made and the way they fire their muscles. But fortunately, there are injury prevention programs out there that can greatly decrease this risk of injury. And if you do know a female who blows out her ACL, don't despair. We have neat, innovative, minimally invasive ways to fix their knees and get them back onto the field. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, you are a member of a financial institution that serves the Catholic community, providing you with an opportunity to align your banking with your Catholic identity. You receive all the products and services you need to manage your money, and your membership helps support Catholic schools, parishes, and organizations. It's time to put your money where your faith is. Visit AllianceCatholic.com to get started today. Service, community, Catholic. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
One of those ball games where you take the win and then you evaluate going forward. Bit of a rock fight tonight. Crews beat the Skyhawks 92-85. Chad, in a ball game where neither team was up by much more than 6 or 7 points in the second half. So how'd the Crews end up getting this thing done tonight?
Crews end up getting it done with a defensive end, 20 points from Amude off the bench. I forgot at some point that Malcolm Kazalon left this game. A big impact on the offensive end. He had 13 points at his exit. He also plays great defense and is a good facilitator. He was a big miss. This guy, Randolph, came out with his pants on fire in the third, had 8 points, rocked the building a couple times with a slam, but Awoma offensively was brilliant, but I thought his defensive effort in 3 sets in a row on Buffkin, he won all 3. That was the difference in the game. And the Crews held this G League professional unit to 85 points tonight. I don't care who it is playing offense. You, me, Nate Moynihan, and Kyle Buchanan and Fish. That's an impressive number.
Skyhawks with only those 85 points. Crews held to 92, by the way, which is well below their season average. A team that dropped 130 on Tuesday night. But heck, a win's a win. And we've talked about their three-point shooting on the year, which was 42%, best in the G League coming in. Tonight, 33%. You think, oh, that's not that great. But you hold College Park to 27 on the other end. You out-rebound them by 11, which was a trouble spot on Thursday night. There are things that you can take positively for the Crews outside of the win, of course, tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned the total rebound number. That is impressive, but they did limit their offensive rebounds, too, and that's what got them the last few ball games. A lot of good things to take away. How about, off the bench, Jace Johnson with 8 and 10. We talked about, of course, Amude, but, some of the silent guys, almost a triple-double for Xavier Simpson in this game. 10 points, 10 assists, 7 rebounds. I mean, ho-hum. Tosan Awoma could have been a player of the game, too. He played so well. 5 assists. We talked about the defensive effort, but 16 and 7 for him. And on a night when Jared Rode maybe didn't have his best effort in back-to-back games offensively, he had enough help from his friends, and the collective connected effort won out today in Detroit.
The grind of a professional basketball season never ends. These two teams back at it. 3 o'clock special start time and matinee on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. And then a couple of more games coming next week to round out the homestand. Fun 2 games to close out the homestand. The South Bay Lakers are here. We don't see them that often.
I think it's a lot of fun. A 6-game homestand is great. And yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun on Martin Luther King Day Monday and then Wednesday. I believe we have an 11 a.m. start. So some odd times, fun games, good times to be a Crews fan as they get another win at home where they've been outstanding this year.
9-4 at home. Another dub that'll warm you up on a night where we're all still shoveling snow, and it's going to be like minus temperatures tomorrow.
Go Lions.
Go. That does it for us. For Kara, Chad, and our entire crew, led by our fearless leader, Alex Westfall, behind the scenes. He loves it when we say that. Evan saying thanks for watching tonight. Good to see the Crews get another dub. They start the 2 straight games against the College Park Skyhawks strong with a 92-85 win. Thanks again for joining us. And on behalf of the entire crew, go have a great rest of your weekend. Go Lions, and we'll talk to you again soon.
This copyrighted broadcast of the NBA G League may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.